Okay, here's a lesson on proportion. You often get proportion questions on your non-calculator paper. So the numbers that you'll be using shouldn't be too difficult. The skills that we're going to need here are multiplying and dividing. Okay, so what the question might say is, for 6 scones, to make 6 scones you need 250 grams of flour, you need 50 grams of butter, and you need 2 eggs. So they've given you that information, and they might ask you to work out how much you need for 9 scones. 9 scones. So we've got to work out how much ingredients you need for 9 scones. Now, to go from 6 scones to 9 scones is quite difficult. So what we're going to do is we're going to break it down. We're going to work out what you would need for 3 scones. Now, to go from 6 scones to 3 scones, obviously that's only half. We've got to half all these ingredients here. So the flour one, 250 grams, if we half that, you get 125 grams. If we half the butter, you get 25 grams. And the eggs, half that, only 1 egg. So that's what you would need for 3 scones. And then to get from 3 scones to 9 scones should be quite easy now. You're just basically timesing each bit by 3. So we've got to times 125 times 3. Now you'd be able to do that as a small sum if you wanted to. 125 times 3 would be 375. So that's how much flour you would need. Then we've got to times the butter. 25 grams times 3 would be 75 grams. And then you would times the eggs by 3. 1 times 3 gives you 3 eggs. So you can see how we've done that in 2 parts. We worked out how many you would need for 3 scones, and therefore it's easy then to go to 9 scones. I'm going to do one more example. So here we go. So the question might say, to make spaghetti bolognese for 8 people, you need 500 grams of mince, you need 250 grams of spaghetti, and you need 50 grams of tomatoes. Whether that's true, I don't know. Let's say the question asks, how much ingredients do you need for 20 people? Now again, 8 doesn't go into 20 exactly, so we can't go straight from there to there, so we're going to cut it down, we're going to break it down. Let's work out how much you would need for 4 people. Why are we doing it to 4 people? Well, because if we work out what you would need for 4 people, I know that then 4 will go into 20, so it will be easier then to change that. So first of all, we're going from 8 people to 4 people. Again, we need to half all the amounts. So for mince, 500 grams, half that, we get 250 grams of mince. Spaghetti, we're going to half 250, you would get 125. And for tomatoes, we need to half 50 grams, that would be 25 grams. Now to go from 4 people to 20 people, it should be fairly straightforward. We just need to times each one by 5. So 250 times 5 would be 1,250 grams. And 125 times 5 would be 625. Now you'd be able to do all these in a small sum, so don't worry if you can't do them in your head. And the last one, 25 grams times 5, would be 125 grams. So there are the amounts for 20 people. Now just be very aware, when you look at the answer spaces, just check that they are looking for the answers in grams and not kilograms, because if they ask for them in kilograms, you would have to change each of these amounts into kilograms. So for example, this top one, 1,250 grams would be 1.25 kilograms. So So just be aware to watch the units. Okay, there we are.